Saluton, parolas Tomaso.
Kai mi estas Logano.
Kai re bonvenon al Lernu
Lernu
kun
kun
Logano.
Logano.
All right, here we are with lesson 10. This is going to be the last lesson of the 10 lesson free Esperanto course. Kind of your final exam. Once again, thank you for following the course along with us. If you've gotten this far watching the videos and haven't sent us any lessons, you can either send a private message or leave a comment below, and we'll tell you how to get your lessons to us so we can correct them for you. It's always good practice. We're getting a lot of good feedback from the people who are doing it. It might be fun. Oh yeah, we're going to have diplomas for everybody, virtual diplomas. It's part of the course, so if you make it this far, you'll get your little link to your printable web certificate. Logan, you got to finish your homework so you can get one too. And then maybe we'll do a quick episode, a quick little video of celebrating the people who've gotten through the course with us. So anyway, so thank you for watching so far. The first topic of the day is the difference between kiom de and kiom da. We talked about that a little bit ahead of time. Do you remember what that was about?
Well, da is of, meaning like quantity-wise.
Yeah.
And de is like you want that specific one.
All right, so we were talking about it ahead of time. Da is used with quantities, or when we say quantities, we mean with the word kiom or with answers to kiom. So if I say, kiom da lacto vi volas havi? Let's say, how much milk do you want?
Glass.
A glass. Or how do you say, I want a glass full of milk?
Mi volas glaso de da lacto.
Yeah, in this case it would be glaso, mi volas glason da akvo. Da lacvo. Depends on how thirsty you are.
Lacvo.
What did I say?
Lacvo.
Lacto. Glason da lacto. So you use da in that case because it's a quantity. You're answering how much milk do you want. The one place where this goes a little funny, and I'm mentioning it now because it comes up in the final exercises of the exam. If the thing that you want is definite, that means if it has the word the in front of it, or a similar word like tiu or mia, you've got to say de. So if I offer Logan two different types of milk, one's smelly old milk and one's fresh, yummy, delicious milk with a due date of 2 weeks from now, and I say, kiom da lacto vi volas havi?
Mi volas lacto.
You say, I want a glass of that milk.
Yeah.
How do you say I want a glass of that milk?
Mi volas glaso de la lacto.
Yes, a glaso de tiu lacto.
Yeah.
Yeah, de la lacto, like Logan just said. So that's it's actually similar to what we do in English. We say I want a glass of milk, or I want a glass of that milk. Well, I guess we do say of in both cases. Anyway, there are. I should have thought about this ahead of time. I'll put some specific examples of what I'm trying to say here in the comments below. So anyway, on to the rest of the lesson. Lesson 10 is very much kind of a catch-all, if you will, and it also has what amounts to a final exam at the end. So let's see if we can get through this here. So the first thing that they have in the lesson is, get rid of that. First thing they have here in the lesson are different endings that go on animals. Logan, do you know how to say an animal? What's an animal you want to say? You might.
Dog.
All right. So what do you say dog in Esperanto?
Hundo.
All right. And how do you say puppy? Now the babies are formed by the ending ido.
Hundido.
Hundido, right. And so how would you say like a girl dog?
In
Esperanto, please.
Hundino.
Hundino, yes. Okay, what else are they asking us here? How do you say a pack of dogs? And this one I don't know what we've talked about yet. It's hundaro. That would be a pack of dogs. And you can do the same thing. All these endings work on all different kinds of animals. Okay, we can talk about ge. Do you know what that means?
No.
You know what patro is?
isn't it like grandpa? No, that's Avo.
Avo is grandfather. Gepatroi are both your parents.
Oh yeah.
Because you got one male parent. And then ano, this is a good one, ano. Do you know what ano means?
No.
Ano is a member. So we've got, say we have the word villaggio. And a villagiano would be
A member of the village.
a member of the village. Or a villager in this case. Or clubano.
It's a club member.
Club member, right. And we talked about ego in the last episode. Eyo, do you know what eyo means? If we have a trinkeyo or a cafeyo.
It's like a place.
Yeah, nesitseyo.
Bathroom.
Yeah. Eto we've talked about in a previous episode. Ulo, do you know what ulo means?
No.
Ulo is a person. So, yunulo is a youth. What's another good word with ulo? Stultulo? What's a stultulo?
It's a dumb person.
Yeah. Okay, here's another one. Bo. That means like an in-law. So bo frato, it says here, is your brother-in-law, and bo patrino is your mother-in-law. Hey Logan.
Hi.
Kio estas la puno por bigamio?
What?
Kio estas la puno por bigamio? That's if you marry two women.
Oh.
Du bo patrinoi. You get it?
No.
Oh, okay. Ask your grandma. Now we also review some different verb endings. We talk about the I ending on verbs. You remember what that's called?
An infinitive.
An infinitive. So if we have dormi, that means
To sleep.
right. And then if we say is on the end, that's, what's that? Oh, speaking of dormi, Logano es ostsedis. Ĉu vi bone dormis hieraŭ, Logan?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Dormis is past tense. Dormas means it's happening now. Dormos means it's happening in the future. And then I don't remember that we actually went over this explicitly in the course, but if you've been following along in Mazi, these won't be new. Dormus, that has to do with something that didn't actually happen, like a hypothetical idea. Se mi estus riĉa, mi estus contenta. And then dormu. What does the U ending mean? We saw this a lot in Mazi, but I don't know if we actually talked about it in the course. It means it's like an order, a command.
Oh yeah.
Au silentu au foriru.
Or arrested.
No, this means either be quiet or go away. That's another thing. Au au. That means either or in Esperanto. And then we come up with some extra words like re, which means to do it again, or ek, which we talked about last time, ad, which we talked about, ij and eat. Okay, lots of review here. We talked about how participles can take the J endings and how they can also be used as adjectives, as in la dormanta knabo. What does that mean?
The sleeping boy.
Good job, Logan. And then there are, here's another thing, I don't think we've talked about past participles, so this is new. Li estas leganta la ĵurnalon. That means he's in a state of now reading the newspaper. But if you want to say it passive, you can turn that around and say la ĵurnalo estas legata de li. So changing the anta to ata, that means something's happening to the newspaper in the sense. So legata means being read. All right. Participles can be used as nouns. You remember this one, Logan?
No.
All right, so let me see how this goes. Do you know what ami means?
To love.
Right. So if I were to say amanto, what does that mean?
Loving.
Well, remember Esperanto means what? It's a language or?
It means to hope.
Right. Well, it doesn't mean to hope, but it means a hoper.
Yeah.
Yeah, one who hopes. So amanto is?
One who loves.
Right, and aminto is?
A girl who loves.
Aminto. Past tense.
Oh.
One who has loved.
Uh-huh.
And then same thing with the passive ones. You can say amito, which means one who was loved. Amato means one who is loved. And amoto is one who's going to be loved. We talk about the difference between anto and isto. Instruanto is one who is in the act of teaching. Instruisto is a person who is occupied with teaching all the time, like a professional teacher.
Like Esperanto and Esperantista? No, I don't know.
Well, sort of. Sort of. Esperanto means one who hopes, and Esperantisto is one who is habitually involved with the language Esperanto.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, so you could be an Esperantisto, a professional hoper. Not quite sure how that would work. Oh, and we review, okay, in the lesson they do review kiom. Kiom we know is how much. Kiom da amicoi vi havas, how many friends do you have? Kiom ĝi kostas, how much does it cost? We review the days of the week, some vocabulary there, and the months of the day. Do you know the song, Logan, La Lingua por Ni? You ever heard that? It's to the tune of My Bonnie Lies Over the Ocean. It's kind of an old-fashioned song. I'm just going to go over the refrain. The version in the chorus here is the cleaned-up version. There are older versions that are much more shocking and follow sort of racial stereotypes from older days, but it's something to be aware of. I think it's kind of somebody might start singing it, and you'll say, oh, "I remember they did this in Lernu con Logano," and it's the song that goes, Esperanto estas la lingvo por ni, por ni. Esperanto estas la lingvo por ni. Oh, sing that with me?
Oh.
Okay. There's another song in the list, which is the Esperanto translation of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. I'll see if I can read this. I'm going to need my glasses to do it. Brilu, brilu et stel, diamanto del ciel, tiel alta super ter, kio estas vi en ver? Brilu, brilu et stel, diamanto del ciel. So the thing to notice there is a lot of the endings, the O's and the L, the A and the La, have an apostrophe in place, and that's done a lot in poetry. So don't be surprised if you see that, where people leave out letters to make it fit the meter of the words. And a quick shout out to Alex Miller, who saw that this line was included in a short film that he was part of, so I will put the link in the description to there as well. And sometimes I'm able to put cards up ahead, so if you see a link over my head, it's to Alex Miller's video. Okay, so that's it for lesson 10, and so at this point you can do your final exercises. I think there are 50 of them, so take your time. We'll be here and we'll go over them, correct those, get your web certificate ready for you, and thanks for following along. I want you to, hope you are going to continue to watch our videos. We've got some ideas about what we're going to do next after lesson 10. I think at this point we're going to try to do things actually in Esperanto, and if necessary, put things up on the screen to sort of clarify what's going on for the intermediate level stuff. So I'll try to have a mix of that so you can continue to learn along with us. So thank you to all our learners. We want to thank also Timoteo and the other patrons who are supporting this channel. It makes a lot of things possible that we wouldn't do otherwise. And so once again, thank you. And until next time, but until some other time on our channel, Gis la Davido.